Hi and welcome to the channel.
I guess you wonder where I've been.
I'm doing a get ready with me. I'm taking myself out for the day, so I'm gonna start with doing a get ready with me. Today is actually my day off. I do take day offs, but I usually take them for valid reasons. I was very busy last week. Last week wasn't the best week for me. I feel like I really need to find a sense of discipline around the fact that even when I'm not feeling and even when I'm not in the best state ever, I am able to show up and do as is required of me. I'm trying out this spray today, and I'm also trying a few makeup techniques that I'm picking up along the ways. I see that people are setting every step of their makeup look, so I bought this spray because I know that it's a good setting spray, or I've seen that a lot of people on TikTok use it, and I just want to make sure that I didn't waste my money. So I'm gonna try it out on a day that I'm not going out serious, but I'm just going out on a solo day, and I think it's much needed. I think it's a much needed solo date because I have been battling with myself. I've been battling with my inner self, where I feel like I haven't been the nicest person to other people, but I think it's also just the lack of me being able to express myself. I think I really struggle. I know the fundamentals and I know the building blocks to boundaries, but I don't really know how to establish them. And every time I try to establish boundaries with people in my life, I feel like I always get it wrong, and then I just end up being too harsh, if I can say that, because I let people overstep, and then when I realize, or when I'm fed up with that, I kind of snap, and then it's just too late. And what could have been an easy conversation between two adults then becomes a challenge, and now a relationship that is beyond repair. And I think I came to that realization last night. I called my friend Usito, I was just having a bit of a breakdown. And shout out to him, because I feel like he put a lot of things into perspective. And he's not the kind of person to tell you what to do. He just lets you speak long enough for you to realize what the error in your ways could be, basically. And he kind of we can have the conversation on how to fix that now that I am seeing the problem and all of the things. So I'm so grateful actually that I have a full circle of friends, even though I'm not able to show up all the time for all of my friends, but I'm glad that whenever I need my friends, I have them around. I'm gonna go and have a study day in Rosebank. Considering the fact that I have a deadline soon, I feel like today was not the ideal day to do that. But also, I'm not alone at home, so chances of me actually doing the work throughout the entire day are very slim. Like I said, I feel like discipline is an issue when it comes to my academics after high school. There are a lot of problems with my academics, because honestly I feel like I did too much when it came to high school and college, and now it's poor degree is now the one who's paying for it. Yeah, I think for me, content creation is just one of those things where I really don't want to mess it up by starting to feel pressure from it, or relying on it for money. I really like what I do, and I don't like pressure around it. But I also find it very weird how I will plan a concept like this. I kind of planned this get ready with me, where I will just carry on just exposing and putting myself out there, because that's what the channel is about, blooming with grace and blooming in truth, not trying to maintain an image of myself that isn't real. Not because I want people to know me, but because I also want to bring myself to understand that I'm human. There are days where I struggle to be graceful with myself, where I feel like I should have done better, I should have known better. Recently, we had gone to Sun City for work, and I was on the planning committee of that. I didn't really enjoy the trip because of how it is that, you know, certain things turned out. Like an event never really goes 100% according to plan. I just feel like a lot of things went wrong and I don't want to really address it with anybody. So I don't want to talk to anybody about it, especially because, you know, like it was a work event and it's professional, and I like to distance my emotions from my work because I'm all for the, you know, like a professional should be able to exercise emotional intelligence, yada yada yada. And even at now the expense of my comfort, I feel like I'm still not gonna address it with anybody. And I don't like, because it doesn't affect my work, it doesn't affect my objectivity, it doesn't affect my tasks, but it just does kind of affect how it is that I want to engage with people in future. I think one of the things that happened that really upset me was I fell asleep on the bus because it was a long journey. And one thing about me, if I'm not driving and me sleeping does not interrupt a driver, I will sleep. I will sleep. I won't sleep on an Uber. I won't sleep on like taking a journey that I'm not familiar with, where I don't feel safe. But on a bus, I'm with my colleagues, I'm with people that I can trust, and I'm with people who I work with. You know, like, why wouldn't you be able to trust people you work with? Because sizobonan, like we have much to lose if things don't go right with us traveling from point A to point B. So I was just like, you know what, I finally got to relax because the ups and downs from the morning really were frustrating. So one of the guys that I work with takes a picture of me while I'm sleeping and he sends it on a WhatsApp group, and I was like very like in and out. But then luckily one of the girlies that I work with, like, she came to my rescue and she's like, yeah, of course OG is tired because she was busy organizing and things. And I was like, I would never. And I just like, that was for me a very shocking moment because like I would never do that to him or to anybody for that matter. So like, what is wrong with how it is that I approach people or how it is that I deal with people, that people just are comfortable? Like, people get overly familiar with the fact that I'm a nice person. So I try and go and I address the issue with him, and what I get is like, he makes it seem like I'm very dramatic. He goes and he deletes the picture, but I don't think he gets what he did wrong, which is what upsets me, because I don't think that we're friends in that regard. Because I feel like at work especially, I have really distanced myself. Those who are my friends know they are my friends. We are intentionally friends. We are not friends like, because when we read between the lines, it looks like it's a friendship. I have my friends and I have people who I can rely on. I have people who I talk to about like other things outside of work, and I have people who I would potentially like to stay in connection with. So I make the effort with those people, but I don't regard like that guy as someone who did that job. So when I went and I kind of confronted him about it, like, I felt like he was being so spicy about it that I really got upset over like boundaries and all of that. And I was like, you know what, I really need to work up my boundaries. So yesterday I was talking to my friend about it, and he's just one of those really nice people who tell you, no, don't blame yourself for how the world treats you, you know, let people treat. But I'm like, I need the tools, especially in a professional space, as a young growing individual who wants to stay where she is. Like, I really need the tools to deal with things like, oh fuck, that was now pressing my buttons, you know. And it made me realize again that as much as content creation is a thing, as much as my friends and I post like memes of myself, stickers of myself in funny moments, those are things that I feel like I have control over. And I hate feeling like I don't have control over something. And which is why, like, I plan my content, I delay my content, I don't post certain moments and certain things that I have filmed and captured, because I feel like I want to have like full control. And I feel like he took that away from me. He violated like my boundaries, and it might not seem like it was that deep for him, but it really was that deep for me. And I don't appreciate that he's not even a person who I can share perspective with, especially because he's also now a content creator, and he could potentially and it's not that I did not engage with his content on that day. I did. There is a vlog that he was filming earlier, and he asked a question or something like that. I engaged because I'm like, okay, you know, we all do the same thing. This is vibes, this is fun. But I'm like, why not post that? Why are you going out of your way to kind of like now tarnish my image? I don't know if I was overthinking, but I probably wasn't. But like, it's not something that I really want to have like a formal discussion with anyone over. It's not something that I really want to talk about, and that's why I'm putting it here, because I can control this audience, and I can control the fact that like if someone were to come, someone who's a subscriber, someone who watches my video were to come and like address that, a person who actually knows what happened came to me and was like, okay, let's talk about that, I will talk about that. But like, I'm not gonna sit him down and say, let's talk about it, you really hurt my feelings. No, the whatever the case is, I feel like if you feel that we're familiar and we're friends or we're friendly with each other, you should respect, like those boundaries. But I feel as though one of the things that I personally have had to work with or work on is definitely boundaries, and I am finding that quite challenging. Like, I'm a boundaries I feel like, because I feel like if I don't do something to you, if I'd never do something to you, I don't understand why you're doing it to me. Why would I so?
Here we are again. You're not here to hold me. Life ain't always fair. In separate worlds, but we love and we dream you waking life. All this love, yeah. The sunrise, and I reach for you every time. Wherever you are, I can feel you, baby. Love me, face to the side. I just need you here beside me. Wherever you are.
The recipe to a good day is how you start your day, and I feel like this doesn't go with how you eat in the morning or how late or early you are, but it also really matters how you get ready and how much time you have to get ready. On this day, I had so much time to get ready, didn't have to worry about traveling, and what that did was it just being able to get ready and set my day and just put in the extra effort and the extra work. And when you have a good ready with me at the beginning of the week, you're able to like kind of carry that into the rest of your week, because your hair is well prepped, or you got motivation that yesterday I looked good, I can't drop the ball now. And these are just like the little things for me that I would say that I really appreciate about some mornings. Not every morning is the best morning ever, and not every day that you knock off at work, you knock off with like the best feeling to come back tomorrow. So on the days when I left work and I was feeling a bit discouraged, I wasn't happy, and the next day I get to be intentional about how I set my day, I find that I'm able to just come to work with new energy and new vibes. And it's not just getting ready, like having my makeup done or looking a certain way. It really contributes, and it counts a great deal to how people regard you as a professional when you look a certain way, smell a certain way, present yourself a certain way. And those things don't happen when you step into the office. Those are the things that happen when you're at home. So this little get ready with me routine, it's not just a routine just so that I can look decent, but it's a ritual that I practice so that I can set my intentions, get my mind right, get there to work, and I've listened to my gospel, and I'm carrying the word with me. I look good, I feel like I'm something worth being respected, so I'll treat others with respect. And it's honestly the little things that you add into your daily routines, like just stealing 15 minutes to do your makeup, setting your outfits the night before, being slow which means getting up early just so that you're kind to yourself and that kindness extends to other people. I am so interested as to how other people regard, they get ready with me. What does it mean to you? Does it get you in the right mood? Does it set your mood for the rest of the week? What do you guys do when you get ready for work or school? My vlog that at the Big Blue I'm having mochaud for lunch.
In separate worlds, but we love and we dream you waking life. All this love.